Good day everyone, today we're going to do an advanced Bullworker workout for the core. We're going to train the front, the back, the sides and the deeper abdominals. For this workout you will need a couple of things. First of all, a Bullworker, obviously. Next up, a towel or an iso bow. A stable platform that comes up to around the height of your knees, something like a chair. It has to be stable. I could have also used this, but for demonstration purposes I will use a chair. And if you do not own one of these bad boys, which has an anti-slip pattern at the end of its handles, you will have to use a separate anti-slip mat. But that's only the case if you use one of the older models. Okay, so we will work with just a few exercises. We will work with supersets. First superset is for the front, the back. The second one is for the sides. And we will finish with a finisher, and we will just work with a couple of rounds, and that's the workout. Very simple but very effective. Another thing to consider is that we're going to train the core, so you can use a spring that is a bit heavier than what you're used to, because these are large muscles. They can handle a little bit more resistance. Next up, as I said, we're also going to train the deeper abdominals. Now what is very important to understand with the deeper abdominals is that if you want to train them, it is very important to just swallow in your stomach, like a stomach vacuum. So you contract them inwards, you know. These muscles are very important for stabilizing the spine and just the core in general. And you don't necessarily always train them when you train your core if you don't pay attention to them. For example, you can do a Bullworker crunch like this. Right? And you're not actually using the deeper abdominals. But look at what I'm doing. If I pull my stomach in, I will get a much stronger contraction within this area, and I will actually contract more muscles, and I will therefore get better results in this area. Not only is this better for developing stabilization in this area, it will also help with the aesthetic of things. Your abdominals will actually look better. They will look tighter, more compact, if you will. Alright, with that being said, yeah, that's everything. Let's get started. Alright, we are gonna start off with Bullworker crunches, the most recognizable and most effective core exercise that you can do with a Bullworker. You already know how it goes. You place a Bullworker either on a platform or on the floor. There's a few variants of this. You can also sit on your knees like this. Remember, again, if you put it on the floor and you don't have a newer model, you will have to use an anti-slip mat. Otherwise, this is typically fine. So for demonstration purposes, I will use a chair. Again, pull in your stomach, yeah, like this, and contract. And we're going to switch it up from what I usually do. We're going to actually start with an isometric hold. And use as much force as you can. And hold that for 7 to 10 seconds. And I go. And now we're going to do a few repetitions. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you want, you can hold it again, or you can use short repetitions to finish the set, like this. Just do it to a point, this is very important, just do it to a point that you feel significant discomfort. It doesn't have to be to failure, but significant discomfort. That's the goal, that's the most important thing here. There's an advanced workout, you have to be in pain. Otherwise it's not advanced. I mean, you can of course decide to not strain yourself to that point, and then it is a basic workout, well, relatively speaking. What separates an advanced workout from a basic workout is how much effort you put in. That's the most important thing here. Alright, so we're gonna go right into the second exercise. I'm gonna use a towel for the first set here, just for demonstration purposes. So grab the towel as, at the bottom and and show the side. Pull up. This is a Bullworker deadlift. Again, first repetition, use as much force as you can and just hold it for between 7 and 10 seconds. Can be a little bit longer, can be a little bit shorter. And let go, and then do some repetitions. Again, use a little force for each repetition, especially with the back. It's very important that you stretch or compress the Bullworker as much as you can, because the back can handle a lot and you will have to typically go through a lot of strain to cause significant hypertrophy. Alright, again, for that last repetition, you can hold it again if you will, if you want to, or you can just use a few short repetitions to really burn up your lower back. Make it count. Alright, and then we go into the second round. This towel is getting in the way for the next round. I will use my trusty iron bow. Okay, I will showcase the second variant of this exercise, which is here on the floor. Again, first set, first repetition, fully compress. Let go. And just start doing repetitions. Make each repetition count. Sure that your back is hollow. Sure that you pull in your stomach. If you do this the way that you're supposed to, you will feel most of the strain actually in the lower abdominals. That's where you should feel it, which is a little bit different than what you will experience from typical crunches. Alright, last repetition. You can use short repetitions if you want to finish it off. And let's go. Let it go. Alright. So, again, now we will do some Bullworker deadlifts. Use as much force as you can. Sure that that Bullworker is fully compressed. And then some repetitions. Preferably 10 to 12. Can be a little bit less, can be a little bit more. The important thing is that you feel a burn. And let go. Alright, so that is 2 rounds of the first superset. What I recommend you to do is to do anywhere between, let's say, 3 to as much as 7 sets. The point is just that at the end of it, you have to feel that it has done something. You know, you have to have used enough effort. So for the next superset, what we're going to do is we're going to use this chair. Now what are we going to do? Place your foot on the chair, preferably in front of the Bullworker or behind the Bullworker, and compress like this. Just kind of depends what's more comfortable for you. But what is the idea here? If we're gonna elevate our foot like this, we're gonna get a better contraction in our obliques. Again, for the first repetition, we're just going to contract, let go, and then we're going to do repetitions like this. And at that last one, if you want, use a few short repetitions and hold whatever you want, whatever is most uncomfortable for you. Great. Feels good. The other side. Same thing. So you can also do it like this, put your feet on the ground, or like this. But in my experience, and again this is an advanced technique, if you do it like this, or even if you put it on the floor like this, and you do this, you get more of a contraction and you will feel it. It will absolutely make a difference. Hold. It's almost really, yeah, it's quite painful. You have never experienced a contraction like that in the side of your abdominals, I promise you that. And hold. However you want to finish off your set, it is up to you. And the other side again. Hold. Use as much force as you can. Alright. Few repetitions. Do proper repetitions, not like the ones I was just doing. Those were not good. And at the end, a few short repetitions to really cause a burn. And I go. And the other side. Sides are quite easy to train. Really. Very effective. Again, as you can see, you can use multiple placements of where you want to keep your Bullworker. You can put it in front of your foot, at the back, at the side. This kind of depends what feels best for you. It will probably slightly change which muscles are being used to what extent, but overall, yeah, what it trains is your obliques. So hold as much power as you can. Proper repetitions. At the end, short repetitions if you want to, or hold. And I go. So once more, do 3 to all the way up to 7 sets of that for both sides. That's the second superset, and we're going to finish off with the finisher. Now I'm going to show you a few variants here as well. First of all, this one, place one hand on the lower handle at the inside of your leg. Place your other hand on top of the other handle and compress like this. This will train the upper obliques, and of course when you do this variant you will have to do both sides. Since this is a finisher, you can play it however you want to. You can start with an isometric hold, you can just do repetitions if you want to, do short repetitions, whatever you want to do just to finish off the muscle. That's really the point. And typically you will need anywhere between 1 and 3 sets. That's more than enough. And the second variant is just very simple. It's basically just the first exercise that we started off with. Keep the Bullworker in front of you and compress like this. Just a Bullworker crunch. It changes the dynamic a little bit when you're sitting on a chair. You will get a little bit more activation of your upper abdominals. But all in all, it's the same exercise. So here as well, if you want to, you can start off with an isometric hold. You don't have to. You can also start off with repetitions, hold, whatever you want to do. Let go. So, again, 1 to 3 sets of that. And don't take a lot of rest between sets if you're going to do that. You can if you want to, but typically it's not needed. And that's it. That's the workout. Now, if you've done that properly, you should feel quite sore. If you're not feeling it, again, you probably have not used enough effort. So, with that being said, that's the workout. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.